welcome to the first Popcorn podcast with Leigh and Tim.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. This is pretty fun.
This is going to be really fun. Two movie fans.
Yeah, I like a movie.
Talking about movies, movie news, everything film related.
Any trailers that have dropped.
Yep.
Thoughts on latest releases, all that stuff.
Yep.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Let's jump straight in. Obviously, the biggest release of this week was Avengers Endgame.
Sure is the elephant in the room.
Yeah, and
now.
Cannot spoil it. We cannot talk about spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not too... I don't know how I'm going to go with this. I hate a spoiler, though. There's nothing worse.
Yeah.
Leigh, I was about to see Endgame the other day, and there was a group of friends sitting behind me at the pub, and they started talking about something that sounded oddly familiar, something that pricked my ears, and I just put my fingers in my ears, and they saw me do that. It was the most antisocial thing I've done. It was so rude, and they just went silent, and I turned around and I went, sorry guys, you're talking Endgame, right? So we're just about to see it, and so anyway, they stopped talking about it, and I went in spoiler free.
Well, that's good. At least they were respectful enough.
They were, they got it.
Shut the hell up.
Then they started talking about Game of Thrones, and I was like, that's safe, I don't watch that.
Well, what we can talk about is a little bit about the plot, I guess,
Yeah.
Without giving too much away. It picks up straight after Thanos snaps his fingers and...
Eradicates 50% of the universe,
Amazing.
Life in the universe.
And yeah, it's how the people that are left, Captain America, Black Widow, all the gang are dealing with that after it's happened. It's a very emotional movie, I think, for the characters themselves and also the fans.
Yeah.
They absolutely... I think there was a lot of fan service in the movie, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of
absolutely.
really great Easter eggs.
A lot of things that you were waiting for them to say or do that happened, you know?
Yeah.
Without saying what it is.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah,
it.
yeah. But do you think that took away from the movie a little bit? Because I've seen a lot of buzz online where people are saying it's just a little bit underwhelming because it was all just tying up loose ends.
Yeah, but you've got people on one side of the fence who hate ambiguity and figuring out, you know, how that could end or what that ending means. Like you think Inception and all those sorts of things. But you do have another set of audience who love answers. And look, I think that after 22 movies and 11 years, we deserved all those answers and those things to come together in whatever shape or form that they did. I didn't think it was a disservice to the film. I think it was like just one, you know, there were a few fist pump moments in there.
Oh, there's some great fist pump
moments.
Love a fist
pump moment.
Yeah. And what would you say about, you know, the talk that some characters were underutilized, without saying who?
Yeah, sure. Look, I think that what was really poetic in a way about Endgame was that the focus really was on the original 6 Avengers that we all came to know and love, you know, in 2012 with the first Avengers and the, you know, the solo movies leading up to that. So it was kind of, I think, where it should have been narratively and plot driven with those 6 key Avenger characters and following that. Sure, yeah, there were some characters that seemed to not get much screen time, but I guess, look, when you're working with an ensemble cast that isn't unprecedentedly large, you know, you're not going to be able to give everyone the time of day, but that could mean, you know, that there are other opportunities in later films for them to kind of, you know, get the attention. And
it was a bit of a roller coaster, really, wasn't it? I mean, you got a bit of hope, the hopes were dashed, you got a bit more excited, dashed again. It's just up and down for 3 hours, and I think the 3 hours went really quickly.
They did go quick. 3 hours 1 minute, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Just specifically. Look, can I compare it to Infinity War, because Infinity War was high octane. It was go.
Yes.
Endgame has a lot of hills and valleys to it, which I think gave it a lot more depth. And they had to set up a lot, right? You know, and things happened that were kind of like took your breath away. You weren't really sure that's how they were going to tell the story.
Yeah.
And I think that was good because you went in with only fan theories. Some did come to fruition, but others you were like, okay, cool, so this is the way they're going to take us.
Yeah.
And I think that was really, really exciting. There were so many surprises in there.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
I cannot say. But they were really interesting, and some of them were really quite risky. I think you know what I'm talking about. Some risky choices that actors made and the screenwriters made. But I think ultimately it paid off to, you know, give us Endgame.
And it did pay off because it had the highest ever opening day in Australia, taking in more than $10 million, and it beat out Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
That's huge.
Yes, massive. And I just think it was a lovely way to end, this 3 phases of the MCU, the 20-second film. But I did hear just recently that Marvel president Kevin Feige, is that how you say it?
Feige?
Have you heard? Has now said that actually Spider-Man Homecoming is going to be the final film in this this phase, which is interesting.
Do you think he couldn't say that until now?
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Because they've been so cagey on what's following.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man Far From Home was always this random movie that was following Endgame that felt really... Like, it felt awkward that it's there.
Yeah,
and still, even with Endgame being seen, done, dusted, right? I don't really know how Far From Home's going to fit into the timeline or anything like that.
Yeah, well...
Like, is it before? Is it after? Is it like... Do you know what I mean?
I think he's actually said that it's after. It's a few years
it is
after. It is a few years after, and they can say that now. So it's going to be interesting seeing how the world is...
I mean, look, it's going to be a fun movie, right? Spider-Man's great. Tom Holland's fantastic. Do you think it's going to feel a little bit of a... like, if that's the official end to Phase 3, like, Endgame really should have had that spot?
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be a bit... Oh, okay. And then we go into Phase 4, which no one knows anything about, really.
Yeah. Well, I think before he said this, he'd said that he wanted Spider-Man to be the sort of hand-holding of taking audiences from that phase of the MCU into the next one.
Perfect character to do so.
Yeah, I mean, that makes more sense to me than saying that's the end of that phase, to be honest. I agree with what you're saying. Speaking of Easter eggs, going back to the Easter eggs we were talking about, there was a little cameo in there, which we can't really... talk too much about, but we can say, I guess, that this person was in the film, but we can't say what they were doing in the film.
No.
There was a young man in a certain spot standing by himself, and we only see him for a brief moment, but it's actually quite exciting because it turned out it was the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, and I think when I was with my friends and we all looked at each other as soon as we saw that. We're like, who is that? And Marvel don't put things in such significant scenes, or any scene really, without purpose or reason. And so, I jumped straight online after and did some research and was like, okay, that's who it is. And I found that really, really interesting because Tony Stark and that boy, I can't remember what his name.
Harley Quinn.
Harley, yeah. They had a really cool relationship in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really intrigued to see what his story arc after all these years is going to influence, Phase 4.
Exactly. Was it just a little throwaway Easter egg that was a nice little moment, or is it hinting at something bigger in the future of the MCU?
It's definitely hinting at something bigger.
I think,
yeah.
Well, what would you give Avengers out of 5 stars? Or 5 popcorn kernels?
That's a good one. How many would I pop? Look, I think it would be remiss of me not to give this film 5 stars because it is a feat that I don't think will ever be achieved again. It was an accumulation of 22 movies, 11 years. Like, I think, and it was a feat of filmmaking. It was just an extraordinary task in script writing, character development, in finishing stories, starting new ones, kicking ass, having great action.
Yeah.
And I just think, I can't give it any less than 5 popcorn kernels.
See, I'm going to be a little bit more critical because, it is my job. I think 4.5 because you have to respect the amount of work and creativity and planning and just, it's amazing that they pulled this off.
Oh, yeah.
All this massive feat, as you said, of cinema. But there was a few elements that were just a little bit underwhelming for me.
Sure.
And, there was a couple of little characters that I think were underutilized, and maybe the final battle could have been a little bit...
Like longer?
Yeah, maybe, or a bit more. I mean, they just had so much to fit in.
Yeah.
So much to fit in. And I think after, this whole length of the movie and the ups and downs and all that kind of thing you'd had, it just felt like a little bit of a sort of... Yeah.
Sure.
Underwhelming.
Should have been 3.5 hours. Is that what you're saying, Lee?
It's very difficult to talk about this without spoiling it.
I know. We'll talk about that offline.
All right. Well, let's talk about what else came out this week, because it wasn't
not a lot.
It wasn't all Avengers. We got Gloria Bell starring Julianne Moore.
I adore Julianne Moore.
Yeah, she's great.
She's just brilliant.
It's a very typical Julianne Moore role, though. Very dramatic, very like a human, very human, dramatic role about a divorcee who frequents nightclubs.
Yeah, to find love.
Well,
right?
I don't know if she's trying to find love, but I think she does find a bit of love, and it's the story of heartache, disappointment, excitement. It just seems like it's a really lovely movie. Yeah. We've also got Yellow is Forbidden, which is a modern-day Cinderella story based on a true story. So it's a documentary about the Chinese daughter of a communist soldier and a primary school teacher who became a fashion design icon when Rihanna wore her gown to the 2015 Met Gala. I think, would you remember this one? This big yellow, opulent, gorgeous...
Oh, that's when the theme was...
I don't remember what the theme was.
It was something. It was like an Asian culture theme or something like that. I believe. Yeah.
Anyway, it was a gorgeous dress. So it's her story about trying to follow her dream and adversities that have come with that. And then we've got 1985, which was the official pick of the Mardi Gras Film Festival this year, and that's about a really interesting story about a closeted young man who comes home and struggles with his family and the dynamics of who he is during the height of the AIDS crisis. So it's a very hard-hitting, serious film.
I have Gloria Bell on my list of movies to see this week, actually. So,
yes, you're keen for
I'll
that
let
one?
you know what that's like.
Great.
Unless you beat me to it.
I might do. Let's jump to news.
Yeah, this is big.
We've got Steven Spielberg has found the cast for his West Side Story film.
Yeah, which has been in development for years. He's wanted to make this movie for a long time.
There's been whisperings about it for a long time, but I had completely forgotten about it.
But because it has been slowly gestating for that long, he just kind of drops in and out of your mind. Remember, he's always wanted to make a musical, Spielberg, because his first taste was the opening scene of Temple of Doom, where he did that Anything Goes musical number with his now wife.
Yes,
I can't remember her name, but anyway, he's always said like that was like this is his dream to make a musical.
Yeah,
and I find it a bit surprising that he's not wanting the challenge to make an original musical. But then again, I mean, he's taking on West Side Story. That's a pretty big feat, and I think he'll nail it. Oh,
I think he will. I mean, just the amount of time and the sheer work that's going into it. The cast is incredible. There's a massive cast, and it's a who's who of Broadway performers.
Which is how it should be.
Exactly.
Right?
And we've got Rita Moreno, who starred in the original 1961 movie.
I love when they do that.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Yeah. She's fantastic. And then we've also got Ansel Elgort, who is... He's really music savvy. Like, he's a great performer.
Is he the lead in Baby Driver?
He is. He was, yeah. And he the way he moved, I don't know, you've seen Baby Driver, right?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
Sorry, slap on the wrist. I know.
Here's how to stay alive longer so you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata. Stay alive and switch now at Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, I'm Paige DeSorbo, and I'm always thinking about underwear.
I'm Hannah Berner, and I'm also thinking about underwear, but I prefer full coverage. I like to call them my granny panties.
Actually, I never think about underwear. That's the magic of Tommy John.
Same. They're so light and so comfy, and if it's not comfortable, I'm not wearing it.
And the bras, soft, supportive, and actually breathable.
Yes, Lord knows the girls need to breathe. Also, I need my PJs to breathe and be buttery soft and stretchy enough for my dramatic tossing and turning at night. That's why I live in my Tommy John pajamas.
Plus, they're so cute because they fit perfectly.
Put yourself on to Tommy John.
Upgrade your drawer with Tommy John. Save 25% for a limited time at TommyJohn.com/comfort. See site for details.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning of Baby Driver, there's this great sequence where he's sort of dancing down the street or walking down the street, and it's just like it's effortless. The flows, his movement is just really natural.
Is he a trained dancer?
No, I don't know. I think he's just got a knack for it, really. Yeah. So he's going to be in it. He's going to be great. And then we've got Maddie Ziegler, who is, of course, Sia's muse from her video clips, and she is an amazing dancer.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
She's fantastic.
We'll see if she's got the acting chops, though.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. And it's actually Spielberg's biggest casting search since Schindler's List.
Wow.
And that was a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
We haven't got a release date as yet, but it starts filming in the US summer, which is our winter.
So it looks like he's got a knack of getting, what was to say, more than 50 of the cast members, it will be their first feature film.
Yes.
He likes finding and giving actors their break.
Yes.
And he can nurture them through his direction like no one else can.
Yeah. And I think it's so important to do that, to give young actors a break, because we're just seeing the same people in the same movies over and over again. And I think, we need to see something new. And
can't see Johnny Depp in another musical. Although I did like Sweeney Todd, I have to say.
Johnny Depp is out.
He's done. Sorry,
He's out.
We'll edit that out.
We've also got Bond 25 launched this week. That was a big deal.
Big deal.
A special announcement was made from Jamaica, which is the spiritual home of Bond. I don't know if you know this, but
what do you mean by spiritual?
Well, it's where Ian Fleming wrote the books at his estate, which is called Goldeneye.
Must be nice.
Mm-hmm. And Daniel Craig's actually going to be reprising his role for the last time. So there was a lot of conjecture about this.
Oh, yeah.
Whether he's going to come back, because he said some disparaging things. He said he was over it, didn't he?
So over it. I feel like he doesn't really know. He didn't know what he wanted for so long. And he's an actor. He's a guy who just speaks his mind, but then also changes at the next minute.
Right. Do you think that's maybe made people go, well, we don't care either? Or do you think people are going to be really excited for this film?
No, I think it's now back at excitement level. But back in the day, it's kind of like, all right, move on, mate. Someone else does want to be Bond. Because that's also exciting for an audience to be like, who's the next Bond? Who's the next Bond?
Who did you want to be the next Bond?
I wanted Idris Elba.
Yes.
Yeah, or Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Tom would be great. I
He
hadn't
would be
actually
good.
considered Tom.
But I mean, you couldn't have two more different actors. Like,
No.
Idris Elba would be a very different Bond to
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston would kind of be a little bit more like Pierce Brosnan, but that's the Bond I grew up on.
Yes,
So-
that is true. And Idris Elba would... Yeah, I think Idris Elba's the one.
But he's been long rumoured.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
Give it to him already.
Next one. Bond
Yeah.
26. Better here first.
And we don't have a name for it yet, an official name or anything, but we do have a confirmed villain.
Yes.
Rami Malek.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
I think that we need a strong Bond villain. I want him to be quirky. I'm thinking like I want him to have like a weird cackle or something. Something that's really...
Yeah.
All Bond villains are
Yeah.
a bit strange. They've got their idiosyncrasies and a weird twisted... That's why they're Bond villains. But I don't know, it just came to me. I thought, give him a cackle or something. I don't know.
Well, I think
Not too ham-fisted.
I think Rami will be good at that. I think he knows what to do.
Those eyes, man.
They're a bit creepy.
They'll cut through.
And returning cast, we've got Ralph Fiennes, Naomi
brilliant.
Harris as Moneypenny, Ben Whishaw as Q, of course, and Léa Seydoux, who was, I don't know, was it the last one she was in, or was she in the one before that?
She was in the last one. She was in Spectre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she was in Skyfall.
So she's back.
Yeah. Look, sorry, can I just quickly drop in? This is obviously another sequel to all the Daniel Craig ones. Do you miss Bond being standalone movies?
Oh, that's a good question.
I reckon they'll need to go back to the event standalone movie structure, but in a world where sequels bring bank and franchises and whatever. Anyway, but
maybe people are getting sick of the sequels, like you said. Maybe we need to go back to standalone films. I mean, that is the beauty of Bond.
Give them a bookend to a story.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that.
Yeah, well, that'll be exciting. We don't have a date for that either, I don't think. But
I think it's next year, 2020. April.
April? Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, let's say April.
Yeah.
We expect it by April.
Yeah.
Thank you. So some trailers come out this week as well. We've got a new Aussie film called Danger Close, The Battle of Long Tan. And this is based on a true story. It's set in the Vietnam War, and it's the true story of how 108 Aussie soldiers fought off 2,500 Viet Cong soldiers in the mud and torrential rain. And who's going to be in it is Travis Fimmel, Richard Roxburgh, and Luke Bracey.
I mean, you think there's so many movies about war, but there's so many stories within war. And, this sounds pretty compelling and interesting and quite different.
And I love an Aussie drama. I love a true story. And it's filmed in Queensland, so we want more Aussie films filmed in Australia.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And it's directed by Criv Stenders, who did Red Dog.
Oh,
so you know it's got to be good.
Yeah. Lock it in.
Yep, lock it in. So we've got also Rocketman. I'm very, very excited for
So
this.
keen.
So keen. It's going to be released on May 30, so it's coming up really soon. What do you think of Taron Egerton as Elton John?
Look, I trust his casting because I think that him and Elton John have a really good relationship, and Elton wouldn't have given his blessing to play himself if he wasn't going to be good enough. I like him. I've been burned by The Golden Circle, the last minute. Oh, I couldn't stand that movie. Oh,
Get out,
one
I
of
love
the
the
worst.
Kingsman movies.
One of the worst.
Oh, okay.
I know Elton John is in that, but I think that's maybe where they built their relationship with each other on that set. And anyway, I don't know if. And look, I've got every faith in him. We'll see, because I see singing.
He is, and he's a good singer.
Okay.
He's a very good singer.
I did see him do the piano thing with Elton at the Oscar viewing party. He was good.
He was good. And he also was in Sing, the animated films.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Sorry. I do know it,
Yeah. And he was really good. He played a gorilla who's entering the competition to become a singer, and he was really great. I think he's going to be really good.
Singing gorilla, Elton John bio, they're just, it's what naturally follows.
No, I think he's great. And it's directed by Dexter Fletcher, who was supposed to direct Bohemian Rhapsody, but he left the project due to creative differences. That old
Was that when Sacha Baron Cohen was playing Freddie?
Or
was that a whole different iteration?
No, it might have been. I'm not sure. But I mean, he got brought back in when Bryan Singer got
Which
kicked.
I find that very interesting.
He
came back anyway.
Yeah, I just think it's really professional. I just think it speaks to like someone being very, very professional, that he can come in, take over a film that he was supposed to do in the first place, and stick to the vision of a previous director and like take it to fruition. I just think that takes a big man, I think.
Yeah,
and
that'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
And look, he's got, from a marketing point of view, that's a big movie for his name to be against in the lead up to Rocketman.
Yeah.
Because everyone saw and loved Bohemian Rhapsody.
I think we would have got a very different film if he'd done that.
I agree.
And I think also a very different film from Rocketman, because this is going to be very visual and very fantastical, because it seems to be going into sort of the mind of Elton John. And
like Across the Universe.
Yes, a little bit.
Which I loved.
Yes, a little bit.
Flavours of that would be...
Yeah, amazing. I mean, I think it has to be a big, colourful movie.
Because he's a big, colourful guy.
Exactly right. So I think we're going to get a very visual feast,
And gritty, do you reckon?
Yes, I think so. And I think that was what the aim he was going for with Bohemian Rhapsody, because I think...
Yeah, but it lacked all of that.
Yeah, I think it fell a little bit short in terms of addressing some big issues. But I don't think this is going to shy away from that, but it's also going to make it very entertaining and very colourful and just very fantastical. It's going to be a great look inside Elton John's world.
Yeah.
And we also got Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Are you a Fast and Furious fan?
Look, I love a popcorn flick, I do, but I actually haven't watched the last few Fast and the Furious.
Me either, to be honest.
Look, I'll put them on at some point, but it's not really my cup of tea. It just blows my mind, the success of that franchise.
Yes.
It's actually astonishing, and power to Universal for nailing it.
I think it was winding down. I think people were getting a little bit over the formula, and I think this is where The Rock has done something really clever. He's stepped in, and he's, instead of just giving us another film, he's completely refreshing the franchise, which I think rattled a few...
Oh, did it ever?
Yeah,
Twitter went in meltdown.
But I think within the Fast and the Furious franchise as well, I think I heard that there was a little bit of tension between him.
Most of them.
Yeah, exactly, for sort of taking it in a different direction. But I think it was a very smart thing to do. And The Rock gives 110% to everything he does.
He does.
He's up there with Tom Cruise at that level, where...
Dedication.
Yeah, dedication to the audience. And
I can't believe you compared Dwayne Johnson to Tom Cruise. It's okay. But I get what you're saying.
In terms of dedication...
Commitment to the role.
Yeah,
definitely. Like Leo.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even said that.
I can't believe...
Dwayne's not going to get up there and be holding a golden statue anytime soon.
Oh, come on.
You never know. You never know.
On.
You have a soft spot for Dwayne.
I do. I love The Rock.
All right, I'll be careful.
I love The Rock. I want to be best friends with him.
You'd be a good friend.
But no, I think this franchise started to get a bit old and repetitive, and I think this is the refresh that we've been waiting for, even though it's going to be a little bit cheesy. It's going to be a little bit...
That's fine, because it's aware.
Yeah.
It knows it's going to be cheesy, and it'll,
And I think that's what The Rock does well.
He does. Rampage was outrageously cheesy, but it was fun.
Yeah, so is Skyscraper. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. But those kind of films have a place. They have a place, and he does it really well.
Yeah.
also the big releases of next week. So that's everything that's happened this week.
Yeah.
And let's move on to next week. Next week we've got coming out on Thursday, May the 2nd, Top End Wedding.
Yeah,
another
big
Aussie
Aussie film, yeah.
Love this. So it's about an Aussie woman, Lauren, who's played by Miranda Tapsell, marrying her English fiancé, Ned, or they're about to get married. And her mother goes walkabout before the wedding, so they have to go find her, and it's just this beautiful film showcasing Australia's landscapes and celebrating Aboriginal community, and I think it's going to be really good.
Oh, I was about to ask, have you seen it
I
yet?
have not seen it yet. I really want to see it, but yeah, it's going to be great, I think.
But I think before you see Top End Wedding, you should see Peppa Pig, Festival of Fun. It's a limited release, so get in quickly.
Okay. I had to put this in here because...
Yeah, I love that you did.
I know, it's a bit of variety. We're all about variety here. We're not just about Avengers and The Rock.
Okay, we have to squeeze Dwayne in every podcast somehow.
I'd love to see Dwayne do Peppa Pig.
Oh, gosh. Papa Pig?
Papa Pig. So this is going to be a 1 hour theatrical experience. It's not a feature film. It's 10 brand new episodes that have never been seen on television for preschoolers. So it's 10 episodes smushed together with some extra new footage.
Oh, cool.
New animation. And it's celebrating 15 years of Peppa Pig on TV, which is nice.
15 years?
15 years.
Kids are obsessed with Peppa Pig.
And we've got also The Extraordinary Journey of the Fakir.
Yeah, I've not heard of that movie.
Well, it's based on the novel of the same name, and it's about a man in Mumbai who's a street hustler, and he does, he hustles people, and he's known as a fakir, which is someone who can do miracles. I'm putting them in air quotes.
For those.
For those of us listening, it's air quotes. And he sets out on a journey to sort of rise from poverty and find his father, and it's sort of a journey of maybe redemption, I guess. Or,
I mean, the title's a mouthful,
yes,
but that sounds quite interesting.
I think it's
different, yeah.
Yeah. And that's about all I've got for this week, Tim.
Hey, that's pretty jam-packed.
That's pretty jam-packed. There's a lot of movies going on, and there's tons of movies every week, so
for sure.
We're going to love talking about it.
Yeah, and I think, look, go and see Endgame if you're listening to this and you haven't seen it yet. There's some great articles if you want to go back and watch the other 21 movies in chronological order, there are some key movies and things that will really help kind of brings the Endgame story together.
Well, Infinity War, definitely.
Well, Infinity War, yeah. Watch
definitely.
Infinity War and I think you'll be sitting pretty. Yeah. But, that is just an event cinema you just can't miss.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Get in there.
Yeah.
See it more than once.
I plan on. I need to. I'm still digesting it all now.
That's everything for this week, I think.
Fab. Thanks, Leigh.
Thanks, Tim.